My name is Stephanie.
Hi, and this is Abira.
We're so blessed to be with you this evening. We
I'm
want to
blessed to
speak
be
to
here
you
too.
tonight about our life's journey. Abira, would you like to go ahead?
Sure, Stephanie. I just wanted to also talk a little bit today about after you speak how our life journey affects us and how we have our angels around us to help in our life journey. So after you're done speaking, I can elaborate a little bit on that.
Abira, what can you tell us about angels and how do you feel that angels are with us within our day-to-day lives, even if we're not speaking with them directly or asking for their help directly?
Absolutely. Angels are always with us. When we are born, they come with us because, life, we sign up for our lives, our purposes, which is not really easy. So, God definitely sends angels with us. So, it's not that hard for us. And although we cannot see them or hear them all the time, that doesn't mean that they don't exist. They are always there around us. It depends on the vibration or what energy level we are at, our soul's energy or vibration level. But that doesn't mean that they don't exist. That doesn't mean that we need to stop asking for help. We can ask for their help all the time. And when we ask for help, we have to make sure to give them permission to help us because they respect our free will. They understand what we are going through, but they totally respect our free will. They will not be able to help us unless they give the permission to help us. Because because one thing is I wanted to tell everybody is that when we come here, when we decide to reincarnate, we write our charts and we sign up to go through, our life purposes and life lessons. And we, at that time, sometimes we don't decide, or we don't understand really that how hard it's going to be until we really live those moments, during our lifetime when we are living it on Earth. So when we actually bring those moments, now we go through all those times and it gets hard for us. And then we think that, oh, it's so hard, we're going through these rough times in life. But we have to remember that we have this band of angels always around us, not just angels, also we have our spirit guides around us. So we have to always get their help and ask them. And prayer is an amazing thing we have, this amazing tool we have at our disposal, and which is our direct communication to God. And anybody we can connect anytime on the other side. So we have to use all these things to make our life easier instead of worrying. We have to focus on prayer. And so I just wanted to stress more on that this is what we sign up for. It's like, this is more like a journey for us. This is like our school where we learn. We want to go through our lessons, and we shouldn't take it as a negative way. We should take it as a positive thing that we are learning. The more we go through our rough times of lessons, the harder the lessons, the more we are learning. It's like a school. The better school you're going to, the better degree is. It's basically like that.
I agree. I agree 100%. And also, if you would like to explain to our listeners, if we have any listeners out there that are having some struggles and tribulations in life with recent things like the horrible incidents in Boston. And the recent incidents of Hurricane Sandy, which, Abira, I don't think you guys over there on the West Coast were affected much by it, but I know I was affected by it here on the East Coast, and I had lost the whole lower level of my home. And how would you explain to our listeners how angels can be there for people that have been affected by recent events that have really shaken people to the core on what they think
I know.
about life and, when life becomes a struggle.
Exactly. These are really rough times. I mean, these are also challenges. And again, there are these soul contracts, group soul contracts. I know that sometimes, these events, a lot of people kind of are going to the heaven at the same time. These are souls, they kind of stand for it too. But we don't understand that. But what we can do is just to send our prayers and our healing light. If we send more of our anger or negative energy into it, that's what we are sending to the universe. And it's not going to help it in any way. And angels are only going to help, they are always there to help, the soul to ease the pain. We're going through this pain. This is something they have signed up for. Nothing is happening. Everything is happening in divine. Everything is in divine order. But we cannot put our fears into the situation. We cannot. We can only pray. We can only pray. Prayer can change things, really. That's the only thing we can do.
For our listeners that don't know about, healing light and healing golden light and the healing white light, explain to our listeners how they can use that healing light and draw that healing light down from the angels in the heavens to help them when they're having, a struggle throughout the day or, a major issue that may be affecting their daily lives. Let's tell the listeners what they can do, how to bring that healing light, down into their themselves and to, expand it out to their friends, their family, coworkers, and, and people that they come in contact with.
Correct. Yeah, and then ask for protection every morning. That's what I do every morning. Archangel Michael is a great protector. Ask him to protect all your family members, all your friends and families. To send his band of mercy around them to protect them. There is no ending to these angels, these bands of angels. They are always there to help us.
And Abra, for any of our listeners that may be unfamiliar with Archangel Michael, is there anything that you would like our listeners to know about him? For anyone that may be unfamiliar with who he is.
Well, Archangel Michael is he's the Michael who is the one for strength, and he removes our negative energy and any fear. So if you're having any fear or any negative thoughts and any, anything that's pulling you down, and if your spirit seems low or anything, just contact him. He's great. He keeps your focus towards your goals and he helps you move towards your destination. So he's one of the archangels who always help you keep your spirit up, keep your thoughts positive. He's one of the angels I work with all the time. He has helped me in various things in my life, and I cannot, pray or live without his meditation.
I agree. I meditate with Archangel Michael daily, to make sure that, I don't have any, or anyone else's, lower level energies, affecting me throughout the day to, keep my spirit upbeat and positive so I can spread that positivity to, my family, my coworkers, and, others that I meet throughout the day. I try to, maybe if someone's having, a bad day, I try to work with, Archangel Michael to maybe spread, a little bit of sunshine and happiness into their day so they can, go ahead and, spread that positivity to someone else in their day.
Exactly. It's so important that we bring the angels into our life, and we can see the difference. You will feel the difference once you allow them to help you. And, you can also ask for signs, if they're around and you see all these signs and these number sequences and these feathers, these songs playing. There's so many ways to communicate. So, you will know that angels are sending you messages through these things. Numbers are one of the biggest ways. I mean, I see numbers all the time. They're amazing.
My favorite angel numbers.
111,
444 is mine dearly to know that angels are always with us. As far as when we were speaking about soul contracts, I definitely for me to try to give everyone an explanation. I was born at 6 months. I was born prematurely. My mom, she went into premature labor. After I was about a year to a year and a half, the doctors discovered that I had cerebral palsy, and for me, I feel like that was a soul contract to teach me to help teach others to not judge a book by its covers, because for many, people that are in my situation, people automatically just see the disability and don't see that I am a person, and that I can, function normally in society just as you or, anyone else. And, I think that was... You can continue.
And it probably brought a lot of bonding too within your family. It's like, because of, you're born premature, the extra help and support, it probably brought your family as opposed together. I'm assuming.
I agree. I do agree that, we came into this soul contract, basically together, that, all of us is teaching, everyone, a lesson. And, I think, for me, my soul contract, not only was it to teach me to teach others not to judge a book by a cover, was also to teach people, what's more, important in life. That the better job, the nice car, the nice looking husband, the wife, or is it, to really, live day to day, to try to, live in your joy and live in your happiness. What really matters in life, the small things.
Do you think you have found your life purpose? Like, what your purpose was to come here?
Yes, I mean, I think, for me, even in the beginning when I was a young child, I think my purpose was to work, with angels, through me, to, help people, realize what really matters in life, and what, can bring people to their true happiness. And I feel like, working, with angels can really teach us, what is more important in life, spending time with family, spending that, good 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day out in nature, and really, spending time, getting to know yourself, and, what makes you happy, and what you can bring to the world to make, someone else's day better, to, bring your highest joy to others, so other people can take their highest joy and then extend it. Whereas, with some people...
And then in turn help others, so, it's beautiful. Yeah, and it's so nice that you can, your own life experience, you're understanding your own life purpose. That's the main reason. And once you can do that, that's amazing. And I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that for people who don't understand so much on the process of, how we decide our life purpose and all, is that, when we decide to reincarnate, we write our chart. We basically pick our guide. We all have at least one guide, more than one guide, but one primary guide for sure. And then we decide our one primary thing for life, and there is one primary for sure, and there is a secondary. And based on the primary theme, we decide our each life event. We kind of write pretty much everything we want in our life. We pick even our parents, our siblings, our friends. Everything is pretty much written down there. So that's what I was trying to say, that, there's no point complaining because we are the ones who signed up for it. And the primary thing is pretty much our basic goal in life, And the secondary theme is actually, do you think it's the conflict we are setting up, towards our goal? So suppose, to give you an example, if you think like your primary theme is humanitarian, like a spirituality. Like, I can take my example. I suppose it's spirituality, humanitarian. Like, I want to help people. I want to go out and help people. It gives me happiness. That's who I am. But then my second reason could be, I just want to be in solitude, or, I just want to be by myself. So it's kind of contradictory. So it's kind of conflict between the two. But then again, in a way, the secondary theme is kind of which leads you towards the primary theme. So everyone kind of picks these two. But as you move towards your life path, if you're spiritually enough, you'll be able to figure out what your theme is. What really is the primary theme is really something you're passionate about, and the other one is which something which is kind of stopping you towards your passion. So that's what we sign up for in our life journey.
Is there any more examples that maybe you can give the listeners, besides for the one that I gave for myself, for what an instance of signing up for a soul contract could be? Is there any other examples you'd like to give the listeners?
I was kind of giving my example. So suppose you are, maybe you want to be a celebrity or something. You wanted one more example, right? Deputy?
Yes, exactly. That's great.
Maybe you want to be a celebrity, like a movie actress or something. But your secondary theme is like your family. So you're passionate about your first thing, but then the second thing is kind of conflict because it's not letting you do what you're so passionate about. But then again, instead of all the restrictions, it's kind of forcing you, like you are not letting it stop you, but you're moving towards your goal. So that's how it works. Like, although in spite of the restrictions, secondary thing is always there, but it's like more like a block you pick yourself to fight with. So, it's kind of a little struggle you pick for yourself. But it kind of helps you move towards your goal.
Well, I do agree. I think if you sign up for a life contract as a celebrity, I think part of one of your life lessons is going to teach you is that life is not about material things. Because usually when you are a celebrity, you can have the nice house, the nice cars, and things like that. But in the end, you have those material things, but you don't have true people around you that may be looking out for your best interest, because those people may only be interested in the material things that you can give them. And they may be not out for, what's the best thing for your soul and what's going to, make you, the happiness to spread your joy and your love to others, because they may be just out for me. And they may not be out for you and, the loved ones, within your circle.
Exactly. So I just wanted to stress this over and over again, that this life, no matter what you're going through, this is just a journey. And this is just where we are here to learn things and, to spread love. No matter what you do it with a good intention, love, and, just send out love, because what we are sending out is what we are getting back. So it's very important we are sending out only love, nothing else. Forgiveness, no hard feelings. Very important to keep no hard feelings at all, because forgiveness will bring you peace. And that's what, angels, that's how you'll be able to channel the angels more if you are pure love, because they are 100% pure love. The more you raise your vibration, the more you can channel them easily. So that's the secret. If someone wants to really talk to the angels.
Do you believe that when we sign up for our soul contract, do you believe that there is only that one major lesson that the angels and the universe are trying to teach us? Or do you feel like that it may be several small lessons kind of culminated into one?
There is one main that we want to go through, because we sign up for it. And again, I want to stress that when we write our chart, we go through the orientation process before we are born, and we have our guides sitting there, and they actually go through each event that we write, and they tell us, actually, you're writing this, are you sure you want to go through this, and you don't want extra time in between the lessons, because it might be hard. It's like, we are going shopping, and we don't realize, we have enough money and we just want to shop and shop and shop. But later on, we are at the grocery store, we are shopping, but we don't know how much we can eat. It's like that. But when we don't have enough milk in our refrigerator, we don't realize that. So when we come back here on Earth, it's like too much for us. So that's where the guides come in. When we go write our chart before our birth, actually, when we go to the orientation, there's this whole orientation process that goes on. Then they go through each thing that we write. And after they go through the orientation, there is the council, actually. They also sit with us. The council is a group of members. They tell us, actually, each event, which looks hard on us. They tell us, are you sure you want to go through this? If you go through this lesson, how are you going to handle this? So we are given many chances to change our chart before we are born. So we pick it with our free choice because we want to, come out with fine colors. We want to, it's like we are so confident. When we are coming to this earth, we have no fear. We are confident. We are brave. We don't really have any feeling of fear. It's something
we don't. It's the conditioning. Yes, I think it is the conditioning that we pick up on Earth. Yes.
Exactly. So we are confident. We can do it. Why not? We can get everything we want. It's only when we come here, we have so many surroundings. We have people who are discouraging, and we allow those things to happen to us also, which is another mistake on our part, is because we let them control us. And that's another thing, is that we need to be strong, but we don't allow any outside force to control us. It's like we should be the way we were there, and we follow our own rules, and then nothing can stop us. And then if it gets really hard, we can always ask ourselves, our spirit doesn't. That's why we have our band of angels. We have these beautiful angels around us all the time, and our guides. So, it's like we're never alone.
Well, I think it's been very, very wonderful speaking about our soul's journey, with you this Saturday evening, Abra. I think we can end the show for our listeners tonight. I think we could do a quick meditation speaking with, Archangel Michael, asking Archangel Michael to, assist us within our speaking engagements to go ahead and teach our listeners and help our listeners on their daily journey in life, and how they can use angels to guide them to make their life better and more joyful, so they can live their peace. And also that Archangel Michael protects and watches over all of our listeners, even if our listeners may not be at the point yet where they can speak to Archangel Michael directly. We want our listeners to know that Archangel Michael can be with every single one of you at any point in time that you need, and he can be with you all simultaneously. So I think we should just take a moment to ask Archangel Michael to be with us, so we can give the best guidance that we can give to our listeners, and also to ask that Archangel Michael be guided with our listeners throughout the week to try to make their day-to-day life a little better, a little less of a struggle, a little easier. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the meditation?
No, that's perfect. Just, made a purple, beautiful light be all around us, and, protect it and protect us from all lower energies. And we can all be safe.
Well, that was beautiful, Abra, and we thank our listeners for being with us this beautiful Saturday evening, and we hope that you will join us next Saturday. Thank you all for listening. Love you guys. Peace and love.
Thank you.